You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to read. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
Yo, what's happening, people? It is that time. It is 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, that is. So that means it is time for Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
And Jose.
Boy, I'm telling you, it's the chair.
It is.
It's the chair. It is the chair. Listen,
It's
people, about to get
possessed.
this thing going, man. You know, I know most of you saw the post today. Please be a part of this conversation, 404-500-1605. But understand when you call in, man, you only got about 2 minutes to speak because, you know, we got to keep this thing going, you dig? Listen, before we get started, let me go and get this out. You know, I was out last week, you know, had an illness within my family, my wife's family, and, you know, prayers, you know, to my wife's family. And I know that it was announced last week that I was out for something, and I appreciate all the prayers that came. And also I want to say, y'all have heard me talk about my nephew that's actually over there fighting this war. Guess what? He's home.
Nice.
Yes, sir. He at the house. He sent me a picture today with him and his daughter and his son. Then he called me on video. And then he had the nerve to tell me, Uncle, I ain't going back. I'm good. I'm good. They done with me. They said I can come home and stay home.
Pretty smart.
You know, again, appreciate all those prayers for that right there. All of you that have went on TikTok and rocked with us, appreciate it. You know, it's been a minute. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Has I been up here since the TikTok thing stopped and came back? I don't think I have.
It's back in action.
Yeah, it's back in action.
Now, what, 24
you know,
hours?
yeah, it's gone.
Nah, it wasn't
Now
even
we
24
back.
hours.
24?
Nah.
Listen, again, appreciate all of you that did not delete your TikTok, because from what I'm hearing is if you deleted your TikTok, then you had to pay to get it back. Appreciate y'all that didn't delete it because it's right here with us and you're rocking with us. We do appreciate that. Need for you to go ahead though while you're sitting there. If you're looking at us live right now, you're in the right place. But if you're there, Angela, what's the tag?
Tell a friend, tag a friend.
Tell them again.
Tell a friend, tag a friend.
That's what we need for you to do.
Right now. Not now, but right now.
There it is. Say it again. You on?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's do that again.
Tell a friend. Tag a friend.
Say it again.
Tell a friend. Tag a friend. Don't do it now.
Do it right now. Do it right now. Get that thing out there, man, because 2025 is going to be something else. We're trying to, we got to stick together because there's a whole lot of craziness going on.
We'll dip into it. I know y'all going to be anxious for that. We will dip into it.
Yeah, I'm
Whole lot
I'm
of
very
craziness
anxious.
going on.
You know we're going to pivot at some point.
Hey, but listen, got my girl Jose Sunray sitting up in here for Ask a Cop. He has some personal things he had to handle tonight. So my girl Jose Sunray is in the building. How you doing, young lady?
Whew. I mean, I'm still here, but of course, with all the news going on, I'm not gonna say I've been doing too well.
Oh my.
I have not been sleeping well.
Oh.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Guess we'll get into that a little later on too. Ooh.
Yeah.
Angelo, everything groovy, bro?
Every day's a good day.
There it is. Hey, have y'all heard about this? What is it? The hyperbaric chamber. This kid that was actually getting some treatment within the chamber and it exploded and killed him in Michigan. Yeah, it happened early. I don't know all of the treatments that chamber. Am I saying it right? Hyperbaric. That's what I said. I said it right. Okay. I don't know what all the hyperbaric chambers, the treatments that it helps. But yeah, it was a 5-year-old kid in Michigan, was in one of those chambers, and it actually exploded.
Oh wow.
He was instantly pronounced, deceased, and his mom, something happened to her arms and everything because she was standing right next to it. They didn't say what the reason was for the child being in the chamber. They haven't let that out yet, but what we wrong? See, y'all didn't know it. Y'all thought everything was taped, but as you can see, we tape it live.
So you think it's the microphone and not the wire?
See that? Following directions, boy. Look at that. Test.
1 2 1 2.
Give your tagline again, homie. Gotta make sure they hear that part. Give your tagline again.
Make sure you tell a friend, tag a friend. Tell a friend, tag a friend.
Not now, but right now. Right now. So yeah, as I was saying, 5-year-old kid was in a hyperbaric chamber and it exploded in Michigan. They haven't said what the child was in there for. I've never known a child to be in a hyperbaric chamber, so I don't know, what the ailment was. But it just goes to show people you need to think about things before you go diving into something just because somebody else was doing it. Again, don't know what the reason was, the medical issue, if there was a medical issue while this child was in there, but, child was in there.
Well, speaking of news, man, did y'all hear about the girl, the 6-year-old that shot the cop in the eye?
And the girl in where?
She shot a police officer in the eye and killed him. 6 years old, because a police officer was trying to arrest her mom after the doorman at Walmart said she stole a TV. She accidentally dropped her receipt as she was coming out. And so she didn't realize she dropped the receipt. And so the guy questioned her about the TV. So even after so she tried to leave out and go get her car because she knew she paid for the TV. And the guy called the police on her. And even though the cashier said that she paid for it, didn't matter. You know what I mean? They still tried to. So the police officer gets there without questioning her, just, tries to womanhandle her, put her in handcuffs. The daughter, who the mom apparently trained how to use and handle her gun,
right,
saw her mom being assaulted, came out, and by the time the officer turned around, she shot the officer in the face, shot her in the eye and killed her. And the mom naturally arrested initially, but she was found, they didn't charge her nothing because she didn't do anything wrong in the first place.
Man, you talking about
Yeah. Yeah,
A
6 years.
headshot. She ain't shoot him in the leg. Ooh. Shucks.
Yeah. Shot the police officer. And,
Yeah, she gonna be recruited by the CIA or somebody like that. One of them
I've been
killmonger
trying to find
squads.
more information on it, but I don't know. I have to do a little bit more research because I only saw like 2 articles, but they were kind of worded the same. So, have to do some more fact checking on it. Being, you said you saw it?
This was black. This black little girl.
black girl, white officer.
Yeah, it's on TikTok.
And they let the mother go. They let.
Because she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
My mom's being assaulted for stealing the TV that she didn't steal.
Yeah.
Well, after the investigation.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah. After the investigation, she didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So,
Interesting.
I was wondering if it is true, what kind of gun it was that had. I mean, I guess these guns do have soft triggers since these kids are killing each other. So.
oh yeah. It takes so many pounds of pressure to pull
That's
the trigger. I can't remember what it is,
right.
but a 6-year-old could definitely.
Yeah, 6-year-old probably could get that done.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna dive on into this thing, man. Vivica Fox. Let's go and jump-
You diving in.
Yeah, let's dive right into it. Vivica Fox recently said that she's ready to settle down and get married, and the outspoken, sometimes think he is the voice of the people, Charleston White, said that, what did he call it? Said, don't nobody want that burn out. Don't nobody want no burnout hoe. Because Vivica's over 50, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Vivica, so it brings up the question, what is considered burnout?
Exactly.
My thing is, if you're over 40, I mean, Charleston White ain't over 40, but if you're a guy, whatever, over 40, over 50 in my case.
Now, Vivica Fox should be 60.
Are you what is considered to be burnout? Vivica Fox, we've known her to be.
We have the same birthday.
Through the tabloids and everything, we've known Vivica Fox to date. Just off the top of your head, how many people you think Vivica Fox has dated just off the tabloids and everything?
I mean, here's what I want to know. Like, to me, it's just egregious to just go on air. It's something that just causes division, and the whole statement is just disgusting. Because at what point do you get to decide the age and the body count that equals now you don't deserve to have a mate? That just sounds stupid. If women start doing that, then what? People no, people, they should be able to date at any age and still expect to receive somebody good if they're a good person. You know what I'm saying? But
All right.
that's just ignorant to me. That's another red herring to throw us off of stuff that's way more important.
So, do you think that the younger generation, because let's face it, sex is well, I can't say that, but it seems as if sex is more freely given, more freely explored or volunteered. Sex is more freely volunteered in a younger,
Accessible.
there you go. In a younger, and I'm talking at 18 to 30-year-old. It seems like sex is more exploratory. It's more of the culture at that age.
What?
So if somebody that's 30 years old
All right.
would think if somebody that was over 40, they probably would see that they has
Well-
had way too much sex for their liking.
Well, here's what I think about. I think it's an inaccurate statement in so many different ways. And Charleston White says some things I'd be like, man, he dead on, and then he'll say something that's just completely ridiculous. And when you say burnout, if you're trying to say, she has they got a high body count, you're trying to, which who are anybody to say that, but I think scientifically speaking, the woman reaches her sexual peak in her 40s. You know what I mean? And scientifically speaking, the man don't get better at.
Thank you.
Or he gets. Well, let me rephrase that.
Ain't just scientific.
You may get. If you might get better, but you may not have the same stamina, and you may. There was a time where the wind blow.
Yeah.
I mean, real talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
And it can continue to blow over and over and over again. But the older you get, one good wind,
The wind start blowing.
you straight.
Well, I don't know if y'all
While
know.
the woman is the body's,
We damn near block the wind. We go stand behind a wall. I'm good, baby.
Well, statistically speaking,
Sit thread the needle.
I think they said 40%
tried,
of
bitch.
40% of that men that are over 40 can't even get it up. So
I don't know about that.
40% of men over 40 have ED. Why? Okay, so why they? Okay, so the producer said that's white people. So tell me why they got gorilla, all this stuff in the stores and right next to the Black and Milds. All those enhancements, all of those enhancements that they sell it. Why do they have those in the hood? I don't know what it is. I know it's something. I know that it's something that the guys take.
Let me tell you why. Because
So black men
listen
are in
to
the
me.
same group.
Everybody that's taking those pills ain't experiencing ED. They're not.
What's ED to you though?
And I'm talking about even the younger cats.
He did
Because-
9% mental though.
Because, and again, when we're talking about accessible and voluntarily, the sexual exploits like you said, it's not as taboo. So now you're having more orgies. You're having more threesomes, foursomes, and fivesomes instead of, one-on-one. So, there's a lot of healthy men, young men, that are swallowing these pills.
Or it's a bunch of them that really cannot perform. ED does not just mean you soft all the time. It could mean that you only last a minute or two.
That's a different kind of problem.
Right.
That's part of
Different kind of
you
problem.
having dysfunction.
Yeah, no, that's a different kind of problem.
Yeah.
See, that's crazy.
No, that's not
Some
crazy.
people can't. No, y'all.
No, no, you listen. Hold on.
I have friends that have told me.
You ain't got a dick.
And
So let me tell you something.
and I'm exactly. But y'all can tell me about pregnant coochie.
But
Don't
there
do
are
me.
times
No.
that we just want to get the nut and get the hell on.
All right.
Sometimes it ain't got nothing to do
Okay,
with
and
lasting.
sometimes
You're right, and sometimes it could be the other
and
way.
sometimes
But
they got ED.
Wait, but you
Because I know somebody that got married.
Sometimes it's just
I know
that
somebody
people,
that got married.
You know what?
They got married. What I got? What
Look,
And her husband could not perform.
And you know what? It's gonna be easier for me to just go on, bust this nut, get the hell on, and just instead of telling her, "Nah, I don't want to do it no more." Sometimes it happens, and it happens on the other side too.
Okay,
But
but
men
we're
will
not
do that.
talking about just that. I'm talking about the people that actually have ED. Because anybody can go fast when they want to. But I'm telling you that it's a whole lot of people. It's a whole lot of people that that have ED. Like I said, I read an article that said 40% of men that is over 40 Now, just because y'all scared y'all got ED,
I don't know what.
clearly, because as soon as I said that it lasts 1 or 2 minutes, as soon as I said it lasts 1 or 2 minutes, and that's ED,
You know,
everybody went on defense in the studio.
Oh, we're not going on defense.
So-
But you every week you come up here and you attack men. Let's put it out here. Let's put it out here.
don't care.
Every week you come up here and attack men.
Wait a minute, I attack men?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Here's the thing that's hilarious, and I'm glad I came in tonight because
Wait.
y'all started the conversation saying that Vivica Fox was a burnout.
I didn't say
So-
that.
so-
Vivica
so
Fox
when
was-
we- so when we start-
wait.
so when
Stop.
I know.
We did not say that Vivica Fox was a burnout.
Okay,
I'm over
that was the topic, though.
Women over 50 are not burnouts. I can tell you that from experience.
Right. But I'm saying
But
that was
we
the
didn't
topic,
say
right?
that.
So when I wait a minute, that was the topic. So so clearly we're talking freely about sex. So when I say that, now I'm attacking men. I could say that y'all attacking women.
We're not. We just
But why would that be a topic of the conversation?
see. The thing is, you don't get in regards to podcasts. You have just subject matter, but it doesn't mean because you say the subject matter that we're agreeing with the subject matter. That's what the podcast is for. It's about a conversation. So don't say
understand.
we said that Vivica Fox was a burnout. We
Okay.
didn't say that.
Here's what I'm saying, though. You're missing the point. Here's what I'm saying.
You
Here's
said
what I'm
that
saying.
we-
If every week my podcast is about why niggas ain't shit, then at some point it would seem that way because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on right now. So the
I
point
know you
the
want to
point
talk
I'm
about
making
something else.
no
Go ahead.
no the point I'm making.
Something that matters.
No, the point I do, but that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that even if it wasn't Vivica, like there's other stuff that's going on that we could talk about. But if that's your first thing, is like, is this chick a burnout? That seems a little lopsided. It seems like
Well,
there's
no,
so
it's
much
a-
stuff
it's a
that's going on.
question. It gives
We
you
can
the
talk
opportunity to
about
respond
Kanye's
to it, though.
woman and his wife coming to the Grammys butt naked. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff. So when it's like geared towards that, of course I'm gonna stand up. But what I'm getting at is that when I throw something in there about men having ED, now I'm against men.
But no, what you speak as if you have a dick. You've
I'm
done that.
speaking-
You-
I'm
no,
speaking-
Wait. You've done that a couple of times.
I'm speaking as
And
if I've
just
been
like we
around
talked about
other
pregnant
women.
pussy, just like we talked about pregnant pussy.
Exactly.
You tried to tell us how
Exactly.
pregnant pussy feel. You don't
No.
know how pregnant pussy
I
feel.
asked. I said, what's the difference? And I said that's got to do with the woman. But here's what I'm saying. Let's even go back to that. If I was trying to tell y'all how pregnant coochie feel, right? And y'all said I was wrong, and I said touche when y'all said I was wrong. However, when I tell y'all that I'm around a bunch of women and I've been with a man, so y'all haven't had dick, or have y'all? If y'all haven't had dick, I can use the same thing that you just said. You said since I have not had pregnant coochie.
Hey, listen, I don't know where this just went to.
I'm saying.
But
I'm saying.
yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know where that just went to.
I'm saying
Listen.
y'all haven't been. No, I'm saying y'all said I haven't been with a woman, and I'm saying y'all haven't been with a man. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing.
No, we're gonna pump the brakes.
I'm saying the same thing they said.
But you never answered the actual question. But
I did answer it. I did.
Oh my
I
goodness.
literally did answer it.
You
I
did.
literally did.
But,
Yeah, I
all right.
did.
So Frank said, "Who died and made Charleston White the host of The Bachelorette?
There you go.
Who cares? It's her life."
So
you coulda said that.
I said what I wanted to say. I thought it was disgusting that he would say that
What's up?
and bring
let's
division.
see.
We have a lot of division.
Yeah, we'll talk about Department of Education. Shannon Sharp and Rose Sparks changed all that. Yeah, what Shannon say? He be speaking on the Rose Sparks all the time, don't he? Kiki said more of the younger generation take those gas station pills versus older men. Heard that, didn't you?
I said what I said.
Yeah, she said 40%, Ty Vic. Kiki said sometimes all is needed is the best 5 minutes of your life. There it is. Dang, her sexual market sexual marketplace went down. This is Mama, please. We don't care about Vivica Fox. You know, yeah, yeah. We know we're gonna get into that the next part of the show though. I can't even. All right, what you got? What's next?
But no. But
We still
seriously. But seriously.
Are we still on this topic?
But
Okay. Go
take
ahead.
Vivica Fox out of it. Let's take Vivica out of it.
All right.
What if there's anybody out there, looking, want to chime in on this also? Because again, being over 40, way over 40, as a matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out what again, Charleston White, he's not the voice of the people, but just taking him and Vivica Fox out. I wish Mike was here, because Mike talks about this a lot. What?
You wouldn't tonight. We're good.
That's right. What makes, what constitutes, what is there a certain number that some men feel makes somebody burn out? Or
But, I mean,
there's some men there's some women that men have beat up emotionally, but you don't call them burnout.
I mean, but you can go with a woman could have so many men, or she could have a few men with the same number of sessions. So what how you know what's
Exactly.
burnout? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
real quick.
Go ahead.
This is it.
So as far as burnouts, I get exactly what Charleston White is saying, and I get where Vivica Fox is coming from. But I think what he's trying to say is, Charleston White is trying to say is, you pretty much have been through Black Hollywood. Some was public, some wasn't public, and you wait till you 60 years old before you actually want to settle down. So I see his point. She just want companionship, because once somebody gets older, you want somebody that you just chilling with, your person. So I get that. But as far as the conversation of pussy, it's gonna snap back. As long as you ain't had no baby, your shit gonna be tight as the day you was born, as long as you taking care of yourself.
Them things snap back too.
Thank you very much. It snapped back real quick. So I'm trying to figure out where the comment of burnout is concerned. Like, is it because she's too experienced and she probably can last you longer than you, or she'll probably turn you out? So that's the questioning that I'm going with as far as a burnout. Because if it's a case of a woman that's not taking care of herself and her shit don't snap back, that's a problem. So if you coming in contact with a bunch of them women, you need to check pretty much what you doing and who you hanging around, because it's whatever's going on inside of you that's attracting those type of loose pussy ass women, and that's on you.
So, let me ask you,
What?
do you
That
think
kind of keys. He said, I guess the cat with no walls is the burnout.
Thank you, Kiki. There we go.
can somebody, man or woman, be burnt out emotionally?
Absolutely.
Can that be considered somebody that's burnt out, that's been through, especially when something that's somebody that's in the limelight, that's having these relationships in front of everybody, and the breakups or whatever is public and in front of everybody? Can you be a burnout emotionally?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What Charleston White say?
I'm thinking
This is what you guys just said. What he say? Halle Berry burned out. I bet you he'd take Halle Berry if he had a
bet you
chance.
he'd probably put his
Did he
whole
say
face
Megan
in it.
Good is burnt out? Well, would you turn down Megan Good?
Gonna put his
This
face in it.
conversation is
Huh?
ridiculous. This is
Yeah,
just
I'm just saying.
ridiculous.
Are you
It's
uncomfortable with the subject of sex? What's the problem?
It's like, first of all, if y'all know, again, y'all don't like when I bring facts, but I'm just gonna tell you some facts that I read, that I actually read.
That's a good point. I
If
read
a
that in
woman, I know this for a fact because a doctor told me this. The more that a woman has sex, that actually her stuff is gonna be tighter, because it's like an exercise, just like when you exercise your muscles. Okay, so that's one thing, and the other thing, the only thing that's gonna make it be that can make it be looser, like she said, if a person has multiple births, sometimes your pelvic floor will get loose. So that's the thing, and that's if you're having vaginal births. So sometimes, not everyone, but Dr. Oz did a whole show about it, and he showed how it affects your pelvic floor.
So was the conversation? 'Cause I saw the Charleston White clip. But was the conversation strictly about sex, or was it just about the person?
I feel like it was about the person. That's why I was like, this is kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like we always.
I don't know what the burnout was all about. Was 100% about? Was 100% about sex, or was it about that being, the sex and the fact that she's been with a lot of people in the industry and.
Right.
But,
But who is he to judge?
No, he's not. I think what he went with, not just her, then he went to the age thing. And I think that's where the conversation really came, is to the more so the age, now that I think about it. It was, he used her as an example based on, I guess, her speaking out. But then he brought up the age over 40. And I think that's a falsehood.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. I think
it's laughable.
Yeah. I mean, but, he's at a point where he's making money, so he's probably... and he's probably had the opportunity to date some of the younger women because of his status right now. So what I mean. So TK Kirkland always say is a brand new girls graduating next week. So they. That's TK favorite. Like, hey.
There's a whole nother crew.
He was out of order too. Was it him I saw talking about stepfathers?
Yeah, that was him.
I'm like, it's just no.
It was definitely interesting.
I didn't agree with it. The part I saw.
Yeah, we had to make that talk one day. We had to get deep into that one.
But you know what? She did bring up the thing about Kanye West, which I wanted to bring up earlier, but wanted to jump on into it.
Real quick, let me read Ty Vic's statement on this one before we move on. Burnout is such a harsh word. I was going to say that earlier, too. I agree. However, once you've gotten ran through, there's a lot of trauma after all that.
It's always a but.
And then trying to bond with someone is a little hard. Yeah, I should have read the whole thing before I started reading. I read the first word about the hardest part. You got me with that one, Ty.
Vivica Fox is 60 years old. So
Inside beauty is a nice thing to say. People need to take care of their total package.
How many men can she be with that's going to be acceptable?
What I'm saying.
I don't know.
Like I said, I think it's a personal choice for every man and every woman to choose whoever you want to choose. But I don't think you can just, it brings up the whole body count. We talked about that before. Should you ask about body counts? I don't think you should. All of that type stuff. But let's move on. Kanye West and his wife showed up at the Grammys. She was in a full mink.
Shout out to Beyonce for winning the country song too, man. It's not a country album. Go ahead.
Really?
That was pretty dope.
Very dope. But he showed up. Him and his wife showed up.
Uninvited.
She had on a full mink.
Facts.
But they were uninvited. They got kicked out.
She was not, no, they say he ended up leaving, but he was not invited. You are 100%.
They said they escorted him out.
They said he ended up leaving.
He hadn't been there in 10 years, so that tells you.
Pulled off the mink coat, and she was pretty much naked.
Not pretty much. She was naked.
She had on, I don't even want to say plastic. I don't even want to say sheer. It was, she was naked.
Yeah.
And he stepped back.
Yeah.
And just let
a whole
her
spectacle.
sit and let people take pictures of her. So
Frank said that at the mirror earlier in the week and said, "Man, this dude pimping her." Because that's what it looked like.
That's what I was going to ask.
That's what it looked like.
100%.
Within him or her?
That's a sickness within him, and she's just. I think it's him. I think I think what Frank is, he's like he was a pimp, and she's just a sheep that's. I don't know what her background is, but I would assume that, he's taking care of her.
Thirsty.
You know what I mean?
Thirsty.
Yeah. That's what it appears to me.
She, whenever they walk around, I've seen I looked at a couple of videos of them walking downtown.
It looked like something Diddy would have did.
She doesn't. But the girl doesn't.
She look like Cassie over there.
When I start going in, they're going to be like,
She doesn't speak. She doesn't say anything.
That's the office. Somebody knocked it off and up.
She doesn't speak. She doesn't say anything. So, I would love to. Man, that's something I might want to research. I would love to know her background. Does she have parents?
No, I don't know nothing about her, man.
Of course. She got to have parents, don't she? You mean, are they still living?
I'm sure what you mean.
What are you saying here?
Yeah, she didn't get delivered by the what's the thing?
I mean,
The
does she have
store.
any family members that can see what she's doing and nobody is trying to reach out to her? And I mean,
I can't call that, man. I mean, I just think it's another one of those situations of people. And in real talk, even what I said about him, about old boy, you know what I mean? That when women start gravitating to these people, they do whatever they want them to do. You know what I mean? They operating by command, and they actually got married. He did marry her.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember I knew they were dating for a
That's
while.
her name?
They always call her the.
I ain't know she had a name.
They said she
The
was like
fake Kim.
Yeah, the fake Kim. Yeah,
Kim clone.
the European version of Kim.
All right.
Frank says she does, and they are present. Her parents.
Wow.
Have they?
Well, that's good.
That's why I
to hear that
said
her
she-
parents are involved.
But it lets you know that there
He's getting his reparations.
but there are people like that. You know what I mean? And exactly. But we judge. Well, people judge other folks who do certain similar things. But she's a walking example of this can actually happen. That people actually fall for this. They're not kidnapped. They're not this. They're not that. They want to be there. This is a perfect example.
Wow.
It's a perfect example.
That's the album cover as well. I don't know if y'all know her being naked like that. That's part of his last album. Vultures 1.
Damn, Angelo, you said a lot right there, bro.
Yeah.
They're not being kidnapped. They want to be there.
That's real though.
Yeah. Well, they've been saying stuff. They've been saying stuff.
Yeah, friend. Still
Yeah.
clearing. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. But yeah, based on what you just said, that was an album cover. That's all publicity, and he's just gonna continue getting paid, which is so yeah, right, Frank, you're right. He's pimping her.
Right.
Hey,
I mean-
hey, that's the period. Hey, that's it.
The whole I didn't know about he didn't get the invite, or they
R.
didn't get the
Kelly
invite.
syndrome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They
Just
said he
shows
wasn't
up.
even invited.
Just shows up, takes pictures, and rolls out. That's freaky.
They said he walked off the red carpet
Well, they-
and went to a car.
Well, they knew Taylor Swift was there, so they couldn't let him be too close. Last time they were the same room, he took the mic from her. So
Taylor Swift and some stuff too, though. Y'all see the stuff Taylor Swift's in? With Blake Lively,
I don't follow Taylor at all.
and Justin Baldoni. Yeah,
I could not tell you a song she sung.
they said she was trying to strong arm. Oh yeah,
If I may have heard some of her songs, but I didn't know it was her. But
Been to Target. If
That's-
you've never been to Target,
that's
where
what's
she plays.
that's what's playing in when you're walking through. Okay.
now for real, I didn't even know like all the hits she had. You know, I was like, oh, all the songs that you kind of like, that you really like, you didn't know it was her. You know, that you hear a
Wow.
lot of places. Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Shake It Off.
Yeah.
That's about the only one I know about.
And then
I don't follow. I'm sorry.
the one
Is that what it is?
Bad Blood. Bad Blood was a good one. Y'all remember that?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a Swiftie at all. She'll burn out. God dog. But she ain't 40. She ain't 40 yet. He said he's a Nissan Altima. God
Oh
dog.
goodness.
That's
What I can say,
that's hilarious.
what I will say, y'all not hearing what Ben. Can they hear you, Ben? No, y'all not hearing Ben. But what I will say is, I appreciate you going towards Taylor Swift with that comment, because I be having to stand up for the sisters because I feel some kind of way. I
It turned out being a burnout?
I actually, yes, he
Okay.
said Taylor Swift was a burnout. Okay. I actually want black men and black women to just
I know, right? Dog.
to be on one page and respect one another. Because I don't know, I just feel like this is not the time. Like we are literally being attacked by our government. So
I wonder if we could ever get
I
to
just
that
don't feel
point.
like, I feel like it's, instead of us like putting each other down, I don't know, I just feel like we just really need to come together.
I wonder if
you know,
I wonder if we can get back to that point.
Because that's how they conquer us, by dividing us.
What
you
she said,
understand what I'm
black
saying?
men, black women respecting each other. I wonder if we could ever get to that point again. Get, because you're saying something good right there.
I think it's just highlighted so much in the media, the disrespect. Remember, we talked about that before, and we keep when we keep repeating it, we're just making stuff grow. We make the negative grow. You know what I mean? So it's got to be up to us to focus on the stuff that we really need to focus on. And the only reason I say it's a red herring is because we are facing some unprecedented times right now, and I don't know. I just think trying to divide us is going to keep us from achieving a goal that we need to achieve, which is part of us boycotting these people that have supported this administration, and also, what was you saying, Ben?
Okay, so what I was saying
Ben
was,
said,
hold on,
niggas
just a
ain't
second.
gonna do
Hold
it.
on.
And here's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
I think that
so
if
what
we
I'm
come
saying
together,
is, hold on.
if we stop being divisive, that's what I mean.
So what I was going to say was, I don't really necessarily think that the disrespect is as widespread as they report. Of course, they report it that way, so you will have the inkling in your mind, and it will further the actual vision of them dividing the black community. But what I feel is there's a lot of respect in the community. There's just a select few that are actually living the life of the music, that the people that make the music don't even live this same life. I feel like those are the people that are doing the most disrespect, in all honesty. But overall, I mean, because in a store, how often do you really get disrespected by somebody that's black? Or only time people really get like silly is when they're either drunk or inebriated in some form or fashion. But 9 times out of 10, when you are out here in the world, when are you really getting disrespected by another black person? Personally, think about that.
That's a good
Oh,
point.
I do.
I know it is.
I have.
What are you doing though?
I have. Don't do that.
I'm asking. What are you
okay.
doing though?
Well, when I was teaching, for number one,
You were at school?
yes, ma'am.
Well, see, you were in the workplace, and there's children involved. These are
Right.
the children that I'm talking about, listening to the music and watching the TV. So that's
Exactly.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
So you're just a part of that, what I just said. So that just makes sense. But
Yeah.
overall, there's
It don't
nobody
make sense, but I
there's
feel what
nobody
you're saying.
disrespecting anybody. It's just what they report and what they want you to think to further the vision that they're trying to push forward.
I think it's where you are. You know what I mean? It's what's MJ's famous word? The infected.
The infected.
You know, the infected are disrespectful, but they disrespectful to everybody. Men, women, children. They don't even matter. Yeah, they don't care. Yeah, they don't care. When you're infected, you just disrespectful. Period. But overall, but the narrative, sure, I think the narrative always is going to be from a negative standpoint. But that's the old divide and conquer tactic that's been used and successfully used forever.
But I don't know. I can't say I have been disrespected by a black person, but I guess in what capacity? You know what I'm saying? But anytime you've either had to argue with a black person out in public, or had a fight with a black person out in public, and we see that a lot. So we can't say that the disrespect does not happen.
You see the comments?
You feel
Kiki
me?
on fire. Oh man, too funny. Yeah. So, are we still on? Are we still on Charles and White? Where we at now? Are we still on Charles and White? There you go, Charles and White. Charles and White must have ED. That's the summation we're gonna get.
The way he preached, you might have a point. might have a point right there.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't think that's something we can really tune in on too much. I mean, whatever Vivica is, or I think some of these grown women would make some of these guys feel real small. If you think they burnt out, you probably couldn't. They'll burn you out. So I'm not gonna rock with that statement Charleston made. He's made some good ones. I just can't rock with that one.
Yeah, that's a harsh word.
That particular one, I ain't.
But even if she was out there, what difference? I mean, I don't see how that disqualifies you from being in a good relationship.
Read her statement. Read the last one.
I think that's the only thing about that.
Yeah, Kiki on one.
That's why I say read that one.
Kiki on it tonight.
No, read it. Read it, JT.
Kiki said, I've been disrespected by black, white, and Mexican. And I'll slap the shit out all three the same way.
That's what's up.
Okay?
That's what's up, Kiki.
Cool.
Yes.
Hey. Brown, white, and black. I ain't mad
It don't even matter.
Yeah. I ain't mad at you. So what do y'all think about the, I would say we got about 4 minutes. The deportation stuff that's supposedly going to happen. I actually saw it I said, damn, Trump done made it to the television shows where there was a guy that was a firefighter that was about to be deported. This was just a television show. But they already made it to the TV shows and all of the stuff, going around about, I think it was on Buford Highway where they was doing all of the protests and everything on Buford Highway in regards to, a lot of these, kids that's actually been born here and they talking about deporting them and everything like that.
Well, here's what's scary about that, man, is that our superintendent of Douglas County has decided to allow ICE to enter Douglas County schools. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's very disappointing. But it lets you just know that they are really afraid of the money grab. That he's black. Douglas County is used to be mostly white. It's transcended quite a bit, but because this current person we have as the president is threatening the money to the schools that don't allow them in, I guess he's like, I can't allow my budget to be affected. But yeah, he's gonna allow ICE into Douglas County schools, and they're gonna start at Tucker Middle School. And guess what? Tucker Middle School has a big Hispanic population.
All right.
And he's gonna allow ICE.
I don't know.
into the
The only thing about it, I don't agree with with how they're handling everything. When it comes to the kids, I'm kind of on the fence because if the parents are already taken, if they're gonna take the parents, I don't know why leave the kids. I'm not saying it's right for them to take the parents. I'm just saying if your parent gets taken and you are an elementary school child, who now is going to take care of you?
But they're not taking the parents and the kids together anyway.
Okay.
They're taking them in. I
Okay.
mean, this is almost like with slavery type thing.
Okay.
In Germany, they're taking them in and separating them anyway. I mean,
Okay.
the last time they did this heavy thing, a lot of those kids never saw their parents. They just displaced everyone.
So they're not even putting them together?
No.
That's crazy.
No. And he wants to reopen Guantanamo Bay, so... Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so this is it's bananas, man.
Nah, this is a crazy time.
All right, so listen, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a local politician here in the Atlanta area that's actually using the taxpayers' money to take personal trips. And that's going to lead us right back into this whole politician thing and where the money is flowing and all of that. So we'll be right back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And Giselle.
She on point that time.
Top 5 unusual but necessary jobs.
The people that got to clean the poop out of the cages at the zoo.
Find the thing that no one else wants to do, and you do it.
Yeah, man. Ushers, what they doing? Showing you where to sit.
Frank got Bomb Squad.
On 3, cut the gray wire. 1, 2. Wait.
Golf Ball Diver.
Get a lot of excitement out of it, especially when you come across a big pile of them.
A fluffer.
Oh, Lord.
Ready to find a studio that matches your podcast vision? Located inside Uptown Comedy Corner, our studio just 5 minutes from Atlanta's airport has everything you need. From high-quality equipment to multi-camera setups for live streaming, we've got it all. With 15 plus years of experience, our team ensures smooth sessions with editing and post-production services at an additional cost. Plus, our competitive pricing make it easy for creators of all levels. Contact us at 404-500-1605.
Back is what we are, y'all. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And Jose.
Oh,
Yes, sir. She's on it now. She on it now. She on it. So as I said, man, we're gonna jump on into this local politician that did some things with some money that he wasn't supposed to do it with. Out here in Atlanta, for all of y'all that's tuning in that's not from Atlanta, you know, the city's been split up in a couple of different areas, and now we have a city called South Fulton. I think I live in South Fulton, but my actual address is Atlanta, but then I get my bills from East Point, so I'm not really for sure, but I know there's 3 police municipalities over there. So yeah, it kind of affects me a little bit. The mayor, Khalid Kamu, am I saying his name right? Yeah. Kamu? Supposedly he took a trip to Africa on the South Fulton credit card that's, you know, they give to the mayor. Took a trip to Africa and did not let any of the other leaders of the city know about this. And they had a meeting about it, and the mayor actually said it was on the 1st. No, it wasn't the 1st, because the 1st was Saturday. But it was at the beginning of February, so I guess it was yesterday. He basically said he couldn't believe that the blackest city in America is actually sitting at a meeting and the powers that be are down and, you know, are coming down on each other. Well, another young lady said, no, what we're talking about is you took your black behind to Africa and didn't let us know. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to expound on it in regards to politicians as a whole in regards to spending this money, our tax money and everything, how they're spending it and all that type of stuff. But in regards to voting, do you think this is going to have people doing even more research on candidates? And I'm saying research into their personal lives and going even deeper, back when they were younger, and see what type of background that they have. Millennial is in the building.
Hi, guys. Happy Black History Month. First off, thank you again for coming back, sir. We appreciate you. Last week was horrible for me. Turned into an 80s cartoon. But to jump into the topic, man, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tiffany Henyard, which is I guess considered a mayor, but she's the supervisor of a township, I believe, up in Illinois. And it's similar to her situation where she misrepresented funds. She was she wasn't transparent on what she was doing. She had business dealings, stuff like that. And the people voted her out. And we've had the pleasure of meeting the mayor of South Fulton. I can't speak on him as a mayor. I can speak on him as a person. Seems like a good person. Seems like a person that does care about the black community. He's very involved. But to answer your question on digging deeper into these people, yes, because the whole goal is for them to get elected. They sell us a dream. Culturally, we like people that are shiny. We like to be wild. We like the sparkles. We like somebody to be like, I like him because he's dynamic. I think it's the Martin Luther King effect. That's why I call it that, because it's like people love how he talked and how he gave, and it was like, yeah, put us in the burning house, brother. You put us in bed with the white man. Now we scared. But yes, we should dig deeper into. Well, I'm not gonna say dig deeper. We have to ask better questions. We don't ask better questions. I have to side with Jose on something she said earlier when she said, it's more important things. And sometimes what happens is we worry about our concept of what we believe should happen in our government, but not really being realistic. Everything costs money. Everything costs some type of time, and we're giving so much power to the politics or the politicians, and we're not honestly putting our hands on it. They should be responding to us instead of us responding to them.
So in other words, voting, we get them into this position, and then we kind of back off.
Of course.
Right.
We be like, oh, you got it. You can drive the car now. Like, we put them on. We want them to drive. We believe in them, but we stop applying pressure.
There's no checks and balances.
Exactly.
So they do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I would have went to Africa too. Shit. Because South Fulton is pretty hefty in the pockets.
Pretty affluent out there.
Exactly. And they separated for that purpose so they wouldn't have to deal with Atlanta. That's the same thing Buckhead was trying to do. So now, I don't know if anyone's familiar. If you're watching, Cascade Road Walmart is the worst Walmart. And that's definitely in South Fulton. And all that money they did, they couldn't get a better Walmart. They couldn't got more black businesses. Not saying that they don't, but in all honesty, the council too, it's a lot that goes on. So if we talking about him spending $20,000 on going to Africa, that's the flight. I'm just saying, that's just the flight.
No, it's only about 3. It's not that much.
I mean, true, but
Yeah,
I'm looking at it as like, he went over there. Africa's pretty, if he went to Ghana, I believe, it's pretty decent in price. So I do know mayors do go places to do partnerships with other cities. I do know that. Like Andre Dickens just did it recently. He went to Africa on Atlanta's dime. And I don't know if he was representing Atlanta, but that's how that's a business. So, if we have better context, it would make sense.
Yeah.
But, we're going off of sister saying, with your black behind.
Well, the context would be if you have what Andre Dickens did, and he's done it and several other mayors have done the same thing. They try to establish some type of business ties to other countries. And so if you're doing something like that, whether it's business or vacation, or you figure out how to mix it so it looks good, but at least make sure it looks good.
Right.
This brother don't look like he made it.
Supposedly he ain't let them know.
Yeah, like he just went for it.
He brought back a dashiki. Y'all didn't see his outfit? He was wearing
He's
it.
actually
I'm
wearing
He
saying
brought
that
everybody a keychain and they was upset.
he could get a flight and a hotel for about $3 to $5 grand.
So it's like that. It's just 5. So the other 15,000.
with a flight.
Hey, fufu might be expensive. We don't know how much that costs.
Right, but you're right. That's the point. That he was doing some other stuff
You know,
that he shouldn't have been doing.
that lineup look good though. Whoever his barber is, that's a $10,000 lineup.
Hey, well, to be the mayor, I guess you can use your taxpayer money for that
Hey
part.
man, do
you're
what you
supposed
want.
to look the part.
Trump doing it.
Hey, that's what
Hey, Trump, baby.
they out of control.
So do you think, as a community as a whole, is this something that we really, really lack in regards to holding politicians that we actually do vote into office, holding them to the line, holding them to what they promised? Do you think that this is something that we as a community seem to back off on?
Yes. I think we don't. With politics, it's dwindled in the last few years, mainly because of the detachment to youth. That's why we have so many different caveats when we're talking about political business. Kids worry about their feelings and not what's really happening. And people don't, Lo says it all the time with voting. No matter what, vote. Get out and vote. People don't see the power in it, especially in local government. So kids have given up. So now you have your grandma and, our age group that's still voting and trying to push let's talk about this politics. We're putting pressure. But the rest of the constituents are like, whatever. Y'all got it. So if you go to a council meeting, if your district is with 100,000 people and 30 people show up, I'm not listening to them 30 people. For what? You 30 people out of 100,000. Y'all ain't proving nothing to me. You can't even get the rest of your folks to come down here. So they'll IPs you during this meeting. I'll nod my head. And then I'm going to have a hard stop at 9, like the mayor said. And he got up out of there.
You about to say something earlier?
Huh?
I thought you about to say something earlier. When
I forgot.
It's okay.
he said, did he fly on Soul Plane? Yeah. That's funny, Frank.
Hey, at least they made it.
Yeah,
Too soon?
I think realistically, man, this goes on in everyday politics. These folks abuse the budgets. They take advantage of stuff. That happened in Douglas County not too long ago. I mean, it just happens. It happens everywhere. It doesn't matter at what point do they call it out. If they call it out, did you not grease the right hands, or you cutting somebody else's stealing budget? You stole the money that I was supposed to steal. So you know what I mean.
That's when the call out happened.
Yeah, so it just be so many different things that happen with that stuff, man. But there's very little control of it. I think realistically, in those governments, man, and that does deter people from voting sometimes in the election process, because they see it's easy to see the BS that goes on in it, and you don't have enough of those Jasmine Crockett types that call folks out for what they are and what it is, so it's unfortunate, but it happens.
But when you think about it, even if he did that, that's on a small level, because when you think about some of these other cities, I'm not sure if they were both what positions they were in, but how Nagin was taking all the money from Louisiana. Y'all don't remember none of that? Or when Kwame took stealing money from Detroit, and how they literally went bankrupt.
Right.
Those cities did, from the stuff that was going on in office, them stealing. So this is lightweight. If he just
took a little trip to Africa.
Went to Africa.
Hey man, 20,000 is still a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
For nobody really to explain what you was doing in Africa, and you only brought us some damn keychains. Mm-hmm. You ain't bring me no goat back. You ain't bring me at least 2 wives. You went down there and brought back a dice. You look great in your outfit, but I ain't got one. At least your little credit card paid for. But
Yeah. It's politics, man. That's politics 101. They all do it. It's nothing new. It just got called out this time, and we'll stand by till the next one gets called out. But
Yeah. I mean, my man's might have been working on his exit plan as well. Okay.
Oh, we gotta do that
He
to
might have been
ourselves, too.
scouting out some properties because America's getting a little crazy.
You can't own nothing in Africa. They just listen. And I want to say this. This has nothing to do with Classic Conversations. This is all me.
Oh,
Because
gosh.
you know it's about to be reckless. Okay? Africans be scamming. I know people that have actually they moved to Ghana, Nigeria, and thought they were buying a house. Came right back to America with no money,
What-
no house, no goat.
When you just talking about reparations?
Oh no, hey. So now okay, let's do a history
They
lesson.
be looking for these white people to scare.
Africa wasn't colonized until after the slave trade situation. So technically, we the grandpappies and grandmammies of Africa's colonization. So they still have to catch up. They're still living in a indoctrinated society of Caucasians. We technically are not. We have our own culture, even though we have sub areas of whiteness in us and in our culture. But this is our culture. We make it cool.
Frank, you must be in your doggone chill room tonight, boy. He said we're they on 90 Day Fiance. Hey man.
See?
Yeah, you right about that one couple. No, but it's a big thing now, like love scams.
Yeah.
With the Nigerians getting these white women mostly.
Not just white.
And they like savings.
They're getting women. Now I can't
Okay.
say race because I'm gonna just say it's something. We'll circle back.
Yeah.
At a certain age, it's hard to find a good man. I'm assuming. I don't know because I've never looked for one.
Right.
But from what I hear, it's hard to find a good man.
They got ED.
There you go. They got ED.
They got ED.
And with that being said, they just go on. They can't get up there. So.
All these gas
Right.
stations.
So women are now searching for love, which you're right. I agree with you, honestly. Yes, everybody deserves to find love and be happy. There's a caveat to that, though. You're going to pay for a trip to go to a man that you've never seen. You just met him online and across the water. You get there and you're amazed at how great he is. And then you realize you might have got catfished or you're dealing with a whole nother caveat that's under there. But the reality is, Africans be scamming, man.
Let's get back to it, right?
Scam. Judge me all you want. Counsel me if you have to. I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay, but white people don't be scamming?
They do.
Okay.
Then who you think told the Africans?
Didn't we just get scammed?
Who?
With this government?
How did we get scammed with the government? You knew it was happening.
Oh no, I didn't know Elon was going to go in and do what he did.
You
No, I
clearly
did
weren't
not.
paying attention. They told us. They didn't. No
so
one
you-
lied. They said we're gonna do this, and we did it.
Okay, but so you saying you knew that Elon was going to go in?
Yes.
And have access to the treasury
Yes.
without even
Yes.
having a
He's
government
a billionaire.
job.
He is the richest billionaire. You don't
Yeah,
think
America's
that
full of
he's
crap.
not? He didn't. It's money.
Oh yeah, we know.
This is capitalistic government. They
Yeah.
proved to you they had everybody in the front row. They had all the CEOs,
But he's
and
doing some
everyone's
stuff that's
still
against the
surprised
law.
that it's happening.
He's doing
Yes.
some stuff that's against the law.
Against the law?
Wait a minute. You said he's doing something that's against the law with the president.
Oh,
That's
right.
that's
Yeah.
a 34 count felony.
Hey, I wrote
Hey,
down. I wrote down all his stuff.
Please.
His
But real quick
charity
on your
was shut
last statement.
down.
Hold on, real
Oh,
quick.
okay,
Your
go
last
ahead, go
statement.
ahead.
33-year-old black woman went to Pakistan for love with a 19-year-old dude. He broke up, and now she won't leave the country. Yeah, she did what else? She
demanded money.
Yeah. So they add to that story. But go
I
ahead.
wonder if he had ED too then.
He didn't even want to meet her. They saw what she looked like.
He was like, ah.
They were like, oh no, they wouldn't even let her meet her.
Oh, she must be one of those that be claiming ED then.
She crazy.
What? What are y'all talking about?
My bad. Just say, go ahead, read your statistics.
I love how
You've been
interested y'all are
itching
in ED. No, I was just gonna say. So I was one of the ladies. She named everything that he did.
Okay.
That his charity was shut down as a fraud. His fake university was shut down as a fraud. We're talking about Trump.
Okay.
His business was convicted on multiple felony fraud counts. His CFO was got put in jail. His lawyer, one of his lawyers got put in prison. The other one lost his law license. He was charged under the Espionage Act for harboring highly classified documents. We don't even know what's in those documents. He was found liable by a jury of sexual assault. He has 12 felonies under the RICO indictment and 34 felonies in the hush money case. That's y'all president.
Hey, he sounds.
Oh, that was before
He got
he
elected.
got elected the
Before he
second
got
time.
elected.
Let's
Hey.
keep it in mind.
Hey.
All this is before,
Right.
and they still elected him
Right.
with 70-something million votes.
Trump just
Right.
need to make a rap album and just
Right.
call it a day.
Hey, I was talking to somebody, this was earlier this week, and somehow, politics stuff always gonna come up with this craziness that's happened. And this one cat, he was like, yo, man, he said, bro, he said, this shit is so crazy. He said, all I want to do is just live my life the best that I can and not even worry about this shit that's going on. So, is that the way?
No,
You don't think so, Giselle?
I don't think so.
Why is that?
Because y'all, that's one thing that we have a lot of talks about. Y'all talk about that we're not happy with our communities and all these things. So if everybody is just gonna stick their head in the sand, then nothing changes.
So do you feel it's you're sticking your head in the sand, or sometimes because you don't have the power to
Yeah.
do certain things, you just build your community around you and just mind your own business? You think that's a problem?
I think it's a problem if your community is small. If you are just you and your household and your family, because that's one of our downfalls, that we don't pull together as a community. Now, if you're saying several black communities, like what we talked about the other week, us coming together and supporting each other's businesses and things like that, and services and all that, then yes, but we don't do that. We have a very individualistic.
Individual.
You can't say it either.
Individualistic.
Yes, mindset, and then we wonder why things don't change, because if you just worry about, I'm just take care of me and mine,
Right.
then you're okay, but then the next family is not okay.
So do you know
the
your
next
neighbors?
block? I do. I know.
do?
I went to
Okay.
yes.
You know what?
I went to all the houses.
What's his name that was on the show? Flag football, young boy.
Oh, I know exactly.
He was speaking. He was saying that he has to get his own house in order first.
Yeah, Lamont.
Oh, mine.
Before he can reach out to the community.
That makes sense. I mean, because what do they say when a plane going down? I know this is bad timing. Such bad timing, but this analogy works, so just stay with me.
Something else. Go ahead, though.
I
So
was just about to read
what
it.
they
Talk
say,
about
man, look, when the mask drop down, put yours on first, then assist. I mean, how can you really honestly help anybody if you can't help yourself? It's like you basically would be pulling from an empty well and trying to give somebody something to drink. So I'm with you on like the collectiveness.
Yeah.
So it is, and then we're going to
Because
get
that's
into
the
these
point.
plane crashes
Right.
and all
Yeah.
that. So is that something that we should start doing? Getting our own house together. Once we get it together, start reaching out to help others get theirs together. You think that's the path?
I agree. I know it's the path. I believe it's more also not just because, being honest, if we try to get everything together thinking that we're gonna have it perfect, it's just impossible. But I do think
Right.
if you're pushing your car, people are gonna see you and they're gonna help you push.
Right.
I believe in that, and I believe it's one of those things where if you take the time, see what you can offer with somebody. Let's go back to the bartering system. All right, I got this, you got this. How can I help you push?
Facts.
So we all can go forward. I forgot what the saying is, but it's by yourself you can go go far, but together you can go further. So that's how you gotta we can do it. I do think we have to be realistic on it's not just a black thing. I know that realistically we can't just have a black culture, but we live in such a melting pot now. Our neighbors are different. So we have to see, are you on the same time I'm on? Because you're getting robbed too, sir. You know,
Exactly.
you're white man, Mexican, El Salvadoran, whoever, you're getting robbed too. So are you on the same time as me and willing to fend for yourself, but also defend the neighborhood, defend the community? Are we having those type of talks? I think we can get there. I think us at this table know that. You at home, if you don't, now you do. But bartering to me makes more sense. It's like, how can I help you? Because we're in a system now where we know the food is horrible. We know the politics is trash. You said earlier, our information is gone. Now they're really just showing us how much they don't care, which
Facts.
is honestly cool. Thanks.
Facts.
I'm not a person. I like it. I love it. Please show me that how much you don't care. That lets me know how strong I have to be
Right.
All right.
and how much stronger I have to be.
I'm
But
just
the thing is, they're coming together. So I just feel like we need to come together.
Yeah, it's poor versus
They are-
rich at this point.
It definitely is.
So
It's definitely that.
ask some questions off the cuff when you just said about stuff being perfect.
Oh yeah.
So should we not strive for perfect and just strive for better?
Yeah, because you can keep evolving. Perfection is the white man's concept. To me, perfection is based off of colonialism. To me, so I can't back it up with statistics, but I can say there's a pattern with that word. I know there's a pattern with making things a certain way in alignment, because I'll say creativity wise, they loved classical back then. We created jazz. They hated it. They called it nigga music or infected music. It's a history of creating something out of nothing in our cultural aspect, and then them thinking that it's a ghetto. They gave us the term. They gave us the N-word. They gave us that. We adapted to it and took it and made it amazing. I go back to what I'm saying. We made everything cool. So now it's like, okay, since they're doing infected stuff, cool. Do you? Go have fun. You took my information. You been had my information. You was already selling it. You want me to tell you what I'm gonna do? The same thing I was doing yesterday.
You know, I think it's a matter of always being your best self anyway. You know, I can take what Mont said. I take half of it. I agree with get your house in order, but that's something you're supposed to do anyway. You know what I mean? But don't be afraid to be an example for others. Be able to speak out against certain things and share. You know what I mean? And whatever you're doing in your house, it should resonate when you're out the house. You know, and so, you know, like he says, he doesn't vote because of this. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that. And you know, we have arguments in here all the time about different opinions and different things, but not being willing to share what your beliefs are and why you believe that way, you know, I think is still a detriment. Instead of saying I don't even want to talk about it. No, speak on it, because you might enlighten someone else on something. They be like, oh, I never thought about it like that. You know what I mean? So you know, I think all those play a role in that thing. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I posted already. I wanted you to do the timeline real quick. January 20th, Trump fires FAA director. January 21st, Trump frees all air control hiring. January 22nd, Trump disbands the Aviation Safety Advisory Committee. January 28th, Trump sends out a buyout of retirement ransom letters to existing FAA employees. And it all in federal employees. My brother got a letter. January 29th, first American mid-air collision in 16 years, 67 fatalities. We are once again ruled by an incompetent fool who's going to get us all killed.
But more than that.
Yeah, I mean,
There was another plane crash after that.
It's been 2 or 3
And a plane that was on fire.
plane crash since then. So,
Yeah.
but that's after he fired and threatened and scared and shook up. And then you got this guy who is not a federal employee, has access to all of your social security numbers. He's got access to the IRS files. He got all the pay stuff. You know what I mean? This guy is
Bank
not
accounts.
a federal employee. This guy's not an elected official.
He's a robot.
He's never been smart. He
know how to make his
He's
money.
been smart enough to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's a great manipulator. But this is
You know he's African, right?
South African.
He's South African.
No. That's African.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's African, guys.
He's South African.
And he lives in America, right? So he's the only white man that can say nigga.
No. Okay. Anyway, he's from South
I'm
Africa.
telling you.
Check this out. He's from South Africa, huh? Okay,
Say
he's
it
from
quick.
South Africa, but he's against blacks. And he
course.
said that
Every
the
South
white
African is.
South Africans should be able to come over here freely, and that they are being, suppressed over there. So I think it's a whole plot for him. I think that's why he's in cahoots. But he might even be trying to take America down.
He can do what he wants.
Seriously.
This man is. It's a spectacle.
Frank said you being all inspiration tonight. You need to run.
He said he can win. And then he said he got the letter, and he been retired for 6 years. He got the letter for the yeah, man. It's
For real? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
it's crazy, right?
Yeah, bringing all them folks back into the office, all the government employees. I know someone, she lives in Texas, and her office is in D.C., and the crazy thing is they don't even have the office space anymore. So they don't know what's going to happen with their job.
And it's telling them to come back to work.
Yeah.
And if you don't come back to work, you know, it's...
Yeah.
Now listen, I'm sorry. I'm going to just say it real quick. There's some people that have been taking full advantage of this situation, staying at home and not working. You know, there's a lot of federal employees that aren't doing... It's one of them situations where, as crazy as it is what they're doing, I don't agree with it. The jacked up part is the officials that should have been shaking this stuff up didn't do it, and you opened the door for this madness to come in.
Right.
Because there's a lot of federal money that's been misappropriated for many years. It just didn't start. There's a lot of departments that's wasting our taxpaying money. You know what I mean? But so it's a shame that they're doing this, and they're doing this for them to benefit from it financially.
Facts.
But this should have already been done. A lot of these things have already been done, and that's that sticky point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where you just anyway.
I mean, he's messing up with our allies and everything. Like it's just
The stuff he's doing with Canada is crazy.
The stuff with Canada, Canada has been saying they are about to boycott all our products.
Well, they got a 30-day postponement, and after Canada's stepped up on it, but you don't do that with your allies, and especially people like that who've been with you through every situation we've had. I posted the top 5, guys. I'll read out real quick. In honor of Black History Month, I ain't asked for your top 5 this time. I know we did this before, but I always want to make sure we give proper respect. Just give me 5. Any shape, form, or fashion, what they did, what the contribution was, but any 5 historical figures in Black history that you just want to acknowledge. Any 5.
You got one?
I'll start it off. Number 5, Shaq.
Here we go.
Shaquille O'Neal for his contributions on the court and off the court. Number 4, Showtime, Magic Johnson for his contributions off the court and on the court. Number 3, Andrew Young.
Okay.
From Georgia, of course. What's his phrase? Good trouble. Yeah, I like that. I love that phrase.
No, that's
John Lewis.
Yeah, John Lewis.
So John Lewis, number 2. Good trouble. Good trouble. My guy, good trouble. And number 1, my new favorite guy, man. I don't even know why I like this guy so much. And I always liked him. And this is gonna sound crazy. Cam Newton.
okay.
My new favorite guy, man. I don't know. I like his voice, man, because I like where his take is coming from now. So yeah, I like him. I think we should big up Cam Newton over Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying.
He got a podcast? Okay. All right, cool. All right, real quick. Mine is Alice Coachman. She was the first black woman to win an Olympic gold medal in the London Games. Who else? Althea Gibson. She was the first African American woman to win a Grand Slam title in the French Open and the U.S. Open. Alvin Ailey, an African American dancer, choreography,
There you go.
and activist.
Yes, sir.
He was a bad mamma jamma.
Yeah, he was.
We got Benjamin O. Davis, first black general in the U.S. Army and Armed Forces. And Charles Drew, a surgeon and a researcher, developed and improved techniques in I think it was like blood storage, I believe. But yeah, that's my 5.
You need this.
All right. Hey, you did good. My 5 ain't gonna sound like that at all. So the way I read that was different. I just go ahead and start with my honorable mention. Coach Reggie Perry, the man that got me into college. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't even think about college. He told me I can make it. I ended up getting a full scholarship. So Coach Reggie Perry. Number 5, this is gonna be horrible. Kanye West. For me, okay, I can't speak for everybody, but Kanye, during his backpack era, Kanye, that's what I'll say. I can't speak on everything else, but thank you, Kanye. Mara Brock Akil. She is one of the. No. She's a creator. She created Girlfriends, a few other shows. But she was up under Kelsey Grammer, and a lot of things I don't think people really realize. A lot of black women go through things in the entertainment industry, and she paved a lot of ways for your Shonda Rhimes. She paved a lot of ways for your Issa Rae's, because she opened those doors. And a lot of people don't know that. Sinbad. I mean, he was one of the first comedians my grandma would let me watch. And I kind of see why. He was funny, he was clean, but it was just he was clean, but it was entertaining. And I think, I don't know if anybody know about his health condition, but that's one of the people, when we talk about, man, I forgot about them. Let's bring up some of these guys and remember how great they are. I don't want to say were, but are. Hosea Williams. Hosea Williams was a real G in Atlanta. I mean, he hate Jesse, but man, he's an Atlanta man, hands down. His family is still continuing his mission in the community, not just feeding the hungry, but also building homes and various other things. And Damian Pickett, and I know y'all might not know who Damian Pickett is by name, but his name is Dang Dang, and we are speaking about the Alabama Sweet Tea Brawl. The signal was thrown, and that hat went up. Yes, sir.
Well, I watched that video today with a smile on my face.
You should have.
I just watched it today.
Damian Pickett, we appreciate you, man. You. People will talk trash about Alabama. We'll talk trash about Mississippi, but I'm glad to see that y'all still fighting. And you can swim.
That part. That part.
I literally watched that video today.
It's a good video, man.
What you got, Jose?
Okay, I got Garrett Morgan. He invented the stoplights. Katherine Johnson. She was a NASA mathematician. Maya Angelou. Malcolm X.
Okay.
I just like what he stood for. I like that he was a man's man.
And he didn't eat pork.
And he didn't eat pork.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And of course, Muhammad Ali.
Yay.
I'm repping for, my hometown favorite. Yeah, that's what he stood for.
I'm going to do like you. I'm going to start off with my honorable mentions. Coach Alphana Hobbs. Back in high school, this is a guy that went to Fayetteville State University, coached me in football, but he was the only black coach at our school that tried to look out for us as black athletes, showing us how to move forward. And then he took a job as a basketball coach at an all-black school and took them to 3 state championships.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
My other two, Jay-Z, Sean Carter, because of I know the grit that he came from to be where he's at today is unprecedented. Yes, unprecedented. I had to think about somebody else, but what Jay-Z has done, because I know the grit, I know the projects that he came from, and to be where he's at today, it's fucking amazing, to be honest with you. And then Samuel L. Jackson. He is the man that said, you know what? I can do supporting roles. And now he has one of the best movies that's out there right now as the leading man. Ptolemy Gray. Ptolemy Gray. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Now, my 5. That my honorable mentions.
That sound like a cheat code.
Right.
Quincy Jones.
Oh.
All the other stuff he did was dope, but what he did with the We Are the World movement was crazy. If you ever look at the documentary, what he did with that movement was crazy. Joe Jackson.
Whoa.
Hey,
hey.
Joe. Hey, when I tell you Joe to bring them boys together and do it against the grain, and I mean, everybody knows about the Jackson 5.
Yeah, beat them into millionaires.
Could have been the Jackson 8.
Exactly.
Honestly. You know,
Catherine, get up here and dance.
Alex Haley for Roots, because I thought Roots, there's a lot of, me included, that had no idea of what slavery actually looked like.
Right.
We had heard about it at my time, but Alex Haley put it in the forefront so that you can actually see it and you can always revert back to it. Richard Williams, Serena and what's her sister? Venus' dad.
Another womanizer that brought in greatness.
And he went against the grain with it, let his daughters keep the beads in their hair, even though most people probably would have had them take them beads out of their hair so that they can be accepted. He said, nope, you're going to wear your beads, and we're going to do what we do. And now you see what happened with that. Black history, I'm going to go with Angelo Sykes.
All right.
Because I'm going to tell you something. I don't think people get what this guy does. Spent a lot of time with him. The whole sharing concept, he is open with. Listen, folks, if you're looking at this and you know Angelo and there you see something that he's doing that you're trying to do, ask him. He will share the information. It's up to you to listen.
Yeah.
It's up to you to listen.
Most of y'all don't listen anyway, so.
And my other honorable mention is his whole family.
Facts.
They dope. For real.
That's what's up.
All right, there you go.
Right.
I talk every year I say that he's Black History. We sitting with Black History right here.
That's real.
You know, Uptown, all of it. Black History. These comedians, boy, they better recognize. Sit down at Uptown.
You're welcome.
Security.
You ain't gotta say, Angela, I know you humble, but I'm not that humble as you. You're welcome.
Right.
Shit.
And I'll do it again. I'm gonna be his interpreter going forward. Facts. Facts.
I appreciate you, brother. Let's see. Let's go with Tavik has Langston Hughes, George Washington Carver, Jesse Owens, Jackie Robinson, Ruby Bridges, and Marcus Garvey. All good ones. Kiki has Barack and Michelle Obama, first black president, first lady. LeBron James in the Promise School. Deion Sanders in Commitment from Jackson State. And Angelo Sykes, a man who gives everybody a chance. You and JT was on the same page tonight, huh? But shout out to Deion Sanders, man. I just learned that his entire football team got a 3.0 or up GPA.
3.0
The entire
GPA.
football team. Another thing doesn't get credit or recognized for.
Glitz and glamour.
Lena got George Washington Carver, Garrett Morgan, John Lewis, Thurgood Marshall, Mary McLeod Bethune, Jasmine Crockett, and the Obamas. Todd Vick throw in Clarence Avant.
Oh yeah.
Frank is retarded, man.
Oh God.
Yes, I know him for 40 years. I still don't know what the H he does. Boy, you stupid. Always. Angelo is great as one as well. The Supreme Uncle Louis Bracey, a one-man activist. Facts. Big facts. Big facts. Supreme Uncle is definitely Black history in the making. He went out there against all the advice of anyone in a one-man march with all these stuff going on with stuff downtown in Baltimore, and got kind of dangerous out there for him. But
Hey, Supreme Unc gave me a history class while we was in Baltimore. You remember that?
yeah,
bro?
man.
Gave me a
Absolutely.
history class, man. Bro, I'm talking. Was able to point to certain spots on the street and tell me what happened right there. Hey, Supreme's dope.
So that man Unc got one of the greatest memories in history.
Unc ain't no joke.
Sir, we're going to need you to, one, write some of this stuff down if you haven't. We need you to document it. We need you to, and the reason why I'm saying it, because kids ain't reading books no more, so we're going to have to put your information somewhere, and that goes for everybody. Please put your information somewhere, because we're going to need it in the future, I am sure.
Well,
That's real.
I mean, how many people
That's real.
can tell you where Kunta Kinte came in at?
See what I'm saying? So, like,
Hey, man,
That's
when I
real.
tell you I was standing there with chills going all over my body when he told me that,
Yeah, we were on a real history tour out there.
it's crazy.
like that.
Yeah, we were on a real history tour out there.
I couldn't even get drunk. I was trying to drink after
See,
that.
that's the
my mind
problem with
my
that.
mind was tripping. I was like, wow,
See,
man.
education make you want to be sober. It make you sober.
We went to Baltimore.
Oh, damn.
We went to the area where the
don't like
slave
none of
ship
this.
came in at, where Kunta Kinte actually docked at. It was
I thought they were saying. I
was a-
guess some of the people might have been real. I had read for some years that they said it was fictional.
What's that?
no, it's not fictional.
Their roots that they when they did the.
It's a
Yeah.
story.
I'm saying I know
But it
a
ain't,
lot
you
of
know.
stuff happened, but I thought they said that when they traced it back that he admitted that it wasn't.
Well,
No,
it
the
depends
history-
on what
the history-
news outlet you was looking at.
Yeah.
Just
No.
being honest.
No, I
or
was
whatever
reading. I read
story.
a few articles on that
Oh, wait.
a while back. I read Roots when I was little. The book
Yeah.
was this. It was a thick book, for real. Read it when I was a teenager.
We're gonna shout out Carter G. Woodson, the guy who came up with the Black History Week.
Yes, sir.
That turned into Black History Month.
All right.
Yeah. He was a mega man. Shout out to Rosa Parks. Today's her birthday.
What?
Shout out to Rosa Parks on her birthday.
I got a beef with Rosa. Her husband had a car.
God, dog. We're gonna shout out.
What?
He
Well,
said-
y'all know y'all know somebody else had already did it first. Another black woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. We watch Boondocks too.
Is that on Boondocks? You are crazy.
I'm sorry.
This is crazy.
I'm glad it's you.
Can't help it.
We're gonna shout out Sarah Rector. Sarah Rector was 11 years old. She was given 160 acres of land as part of a government treaty because her parents were slaves. They gave her 160 acres of land that was supposed to have been the worst non-fertile land around. Messed around and it struck oil on that land, and she became a multi-millionaire overnight. They tried to take the land from her to try to make her say she was white. They did all kinds of stuff to her, but she had to move to Kansas, and but she was the youngest millionaire in history. Shout out to Sigma Man, Harold Washington. First black mayor of Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Leadership transformed the city.
Yeah.
Champion equity, economic development, and social justice. So shout out to my brother Harold Washington, and shout out to y'all know who he is, the GOAT. I always got to put the LL in there at some point. I got to put the GOAT in there at some point. You know what I mean? And my last one today is gonna go to this nuisance that be on this podcast all the time, stirring up trouble. But he's my brother, my roommate, my road dog, Frank Davis. Full bird Colonel Frank Davis.
Yes, sir.
The first black brigade commander of the EOD, the bomb squad, the military. The man was on track to be and he would have been a one-star general if it wasn't for the health concerns that came about. But shout out to that brother, Colonel Frank Davis, man. To be a full bird colonel as a brother coming from West Georgia College. He didn't go to all the big schools, and you know what I mean? He went to just West Georgia, you know what I mean? And that's dope to come out of there to become a full bird colonel in this man's army. So shout out to my brother, Frank Davis. He still didn't go to class. He still was a nuisance, but he made it happen, and we proud of you. You gonna get them flowers. He always trying to tell my mama I didn't go to class. But I love it. He always try to tell on me. But I love that brother, man. Shout out to Frank Davis, man. He is Black history as well.
And he's a Tar Heel fan. He's suffering, just like I am.
Yeah.
All right, man. So, great show, kicking off Black History. We're going to do this each week. We're going to talk about something about Black history each show. Jose, go on, let people know.
I'm on IG for right now. Jose Sunray, and TikTok, Jose Sunray.
Spell your Jose so the people know.
Gyzay, Sunray. And I do want to shout out one thing. What was the name of the place that you were telling me, Ben, that has where they can also go and buy all black products? The name of the website that was like an Amazon menu you talked about. We Buy Black.
Yeah.
Go to We Buy Black. Is that .com?
Yes.
Okay. WeBuyBlack.com. Mm-hmm.
You ready, George?
Oh, shoot. My bad. They took my microphone away earlier, guys. I was getting out of control. My bad. First off, always thank y'all for having me up here. Shout out to G&J Media. Shout out to Cannabis and Coffee. I will say everything that's going on in the world is going to always happen in the world. We can't control a lot of it. I do think it's about our algorithm of what we intake. Stick to your community, build your community. If you don't know how to do that, there are several ways. Hit us up on Klassic Konversations in the DM, and we can point you in the right direction. Also, man, spread the word, man. As this year progresses, we're going to see different things happen, and I believe this is going to be the medium to watch when it happens. So, yeah, man, follow Klassic Konversations and 2 tears in the bucket.
Hey, listen, continue to support each other, man. Continue to support Black history. Don't let these folks deter you from what your thoughts are, what your goals are, whatever the case may be. Like I said in the office the other day, man, with all this drama going on, you stay positive as we can be. The sun is still going to come up. The moon is still going to go down. So let's just keep fighting. Fight the good fight.
All right, for me, as I told y'all before, Shell of a Man, going to be on the east side in Covington, March 23rd. Keep giving you some more information about that. I'll be in that. Got some other stuff coming up. I'm just getting back out here in this acting world, so I'll be letting you know about that. But it is Black History Month, so, as Benjamin said earlier, in regards to the signal, Here you go. Just like he called them folks to come fight, I'm calling y'all to do the exact same thing. I'm not saying go out and punch nobody, but I'm saying we have to figure out a way to get through this craziness. And the way is not beating each other up. Yeah, there's going to be some entertainment, you know, some stuff. Some people going to do some stupid stuff, and we're going to talk about it. But at the same time, in your own personal life, there's a community to be built. We talked about it up here tonight, taking care of your own so that then you can actually reach out to the community. I threw the hat asking y'all. That's the call for it. You know, that's the call now for us. So let's make that happen. So until next week, man, Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And Jose.
Praying for you, Casper.
We are out. You dig?